You're not here because of a miscalculation in the digital code. It wasn't chance that stopped your finger at this precise moment in eternity. Your search ends here because the system of your life has detected that you possess the maturity for the final piece. What you're about to hear isn't a suggestion. It's an official appointment with your destiny. Something has already begun in the invisible world, and today, the code to your provision is unlocked. Stay, because this is the final sign. Provision is not a magical event. It is a legal outcome. In Philippians 4:19, the architecture of the kingdom states, "And my God will supply every need of yours according to his riches and glory." Note the precision. According to his riches, not according to your nation's economy, your salary limits, or your current bank balance. We're talking about a source that knows no depletion. The Bible doesn't present a God who tries to help, but a master administrator who operates under a code of provision. When Abraham went up the mountain with Isaac, the provision, the lamb was already there, caught in a thicket. It wasn't created in that instant. It was already in the geographical location of the sacrifice. Your provision already exists. The code we decipher today is what allows you to see where it is caught and how to release it. You've spent nights staring at the ceiling, wondering why. Even with the faith and the talent, the doors seem locked with iron padlocks. You've felt the weight of stagnation like a shadow that haunts you. But today, as the strategist of your destiny, I've come to change your perspective. That delay wasn't a punishment. It was high-pressure training. If the coming blessing is a 100-story building, God couldn't build it on sand. The desert, the scarcity, and the silence were the deep excavations to lay the pillars of character that will support what's coming. You weren't being ignored. You were being armored. The pain of waiting was the guarantee that when provision arrives, it won't destroy your ego, but will fund your purpose. What you called stagnation was actually building up potential, like a bow drawn back. The further back it's drawn, the farther the arrow will fly. Many look for provision as something that comes, but provision is something that is found when you are in the right position. The code for ultimate provision is activated with strategic obedience. In the biblical narrative, the widow of Sarepta didn't receive flour and oil until she put into action the instruction to feed the prophet first. It wasn't an act of cruelty. It was a frequency adjustment. Are you where God told you to be? Sometimes provision doesn't come to your door because your blessing is waiting for you on the battlefield you've been avoiding. The code requires you to stop asking for more and start asking where. Ultimate provision is tied to your assignment. If you move toward what you were designed to do, resources lose the right to be away from you. They become gravitational. They begin to orbit your life because you have become a spiritual center of mass. The search ends here because you're no longer going to chase money, success, or stability. You're going to chase order. When order is established, provision manifests by default. It's a physical and spiritual law. Chaos repels abundance. Design attracts it. Provision isn't a manufactured resource. It's a frequency you tune into. In the kingdom's high-end design, scarcity is white noise. Abundance is the crisp signal. If your life has been filled with interference, near misses, or doors closing at the last second, it's because your inner receiver is still vibrating at the frequency of survival, not dominion. The code of final provision demands that you stop acting as an employee of fate and begin operating as an inheritor of the design. An employee asks permission to exist. An inheritor simply takes possession of what already has their name written on it. The difference is subtle, but it defines whether your reality expands or contracts The code is activated when your identity aligns with your inheritance. If you see yourself as someone who needs, the universe will give you more situations of need. If you see yourself as someone who manages, the system will send you resources to manage. It's a law of flow. Water always flows toward the deepest channel. Be that channel. I understand the weariness. I know what it's like to feel the clock ticking and your promises seem filed away in some unresponsive celestial office. But listen carefully and let this strike your spirit with the force of a golden hammer. The weight of the pain you've carried is exactly proportional to the weight of the glory you are about to manifest. You can't carry a 10-ton treasure with a glass frame. God used the pressure of your debts, the betrayal of those who abandoned you, and the chill of loneliness to temper your steel. What you called abandonment was actually strategic isolation. You were taken out of the noise so you could hear the whisper of the code. Had you received provision earlier, you would have died from the weight of success. Now, after the fire, your frame is unbreakable. You are ready to withstand the flow without being corrupted or crushed by it. Pain was your doctorate in sovereignty. Let's return to the legal framework. In Genesis, before man was created, the garden was already planted. The rivers were already flowing. The gold of Havilah was already gleaming, and the fruit was already hanging on the branches. Adam didn't have to pray for food. He awoke to a complete provision. This is the principle of divine precedence. Your solution is always older than your problem. The Lamb was slain before the foundation of the world. This means that the answer to your financial crisis today was signed and sealed in eternity past. You are not trying to convince God to do something new. You are claiming the fulfillment of a contract already notarized by blood. The code of final provision does not create something that does not exist. It simply makes what is eternal visible in time. Your search ends here because you stop seeking a miracle and begin exercising a right. Keep your back straight in a position of authority. Imagine you are standing before a great vault of stone and light. There are no keyboards, no physical locks. There is only a space for your hand. As you place it there, the stone recognizes your spiritual DNA. Feel the temperature of the place. It is an enveloping warmth, like the afternoon sun on your skin. Listen to the sound of deep waters beginning to stir beneath your feet. It is the river of provision, dammed by your doubts, now being released. Feel the weight in your chest. That oppression you called anxiety about the future dissolve like salt in the ocean. Feel real, physical relief. The pressure in your temples disappears. The code has been entered. Provision is not coming to you. You have merged with it. Breathe in that air of freedom. You are no longer a seeker. You are the encounter. This knowledge cannot remain suspended in midair. It needs to be grounded in reality. Portals closed for those who don't know how to seal their entrance. If you feel in your gut that this frequency is yours, if you know your time of anonymous training is over, you must legitimize this moment. Don't just write for the sake of writing. Why? Because you are signing your declaration of departure. Go to the comments right now and write with the conviction of someone who has already seen the result. Today I receive be doing so. You are telling your subconscious and the spiritual world that the search is over and the possession has begun. Do it now. Seal your place in this exclusive group that has stopped waiting to begin manifesting. What you have received today is only the foundational architecture. You have understood the why and the who. You have tuned into the frequency. But a building cannot be inhabited with blueprints alone. You need the key to access the operational vaults. This is a necessary dimension of your progress. But I warn you, with the authority of one who understands the design, the complete vision of your acceleration requires the technical component that will be delivered at our next meeting. The topic will change. The terminology will be different, but the design of your progress remains the same. Do not interrupt the flow of your instruction. You have crossed the threshold. Now you must learn to navigate this new terrain. The ultimate provision code isn't just about receiving, but about the capacity to sustain. Many have prayed for rain, but very few have prepared the channels to direct it. Ultimate provision arrives when your mental operating system is no longer surprised by abundance, but expects it as a natural part of life. If tomorrow you receive 10 times what you need, would you have the structure to manage it, or would you collapse under the weight of responsibility? The code is activated through prophetic action. This means acting today with the mindset of someone who has already solved the problem. It's not faking it till you make it. It's operated from a place of accomplishment. Clean your house, organize your papers, prepare your schedule, give abundance a worthy place to land. Abundance is a wise force. It always seeks the vessel that is best prepared, not the one that is most desperate. Desperation is a repellent. Preparation is a magnet. Taught in the book of Exodus, the manna failed every morning. It didn't fall in the barns. It fell on the ground outside the tent. The people had to go out and gather it. The code here is clear. Divine provision requires human participation. God won't deposit knowledge in your mind if you don't open the book. He won't bless the business you don't dare to record. Ultimate provision is a synergy between heaven and earth. Heaven provides the resource. You provide the movement. The code is the key, but you are the one who must turn it in the lock. Psalm 23 says, "Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life." Analyze the semantics of follow. For something to follow you, you must be in motion. If you dwell in lament, the blessing stops with you. If you move forward with a commanding stride, provision is compelled to keep pace. The time has come to execute the code in the realm of words. Do not repeat this as a plea, but as a decree of authority. Speak from the throne of your reclaimed identity at these moments. Under the authority of the architect of destiny, I activate the final provision code over my house and my lineage. I declare that the cycle of dry land is broken and the cycle of inexhaustible spring is opened. I do not pursue favors. Favors intercept. I do not seek opportunities. Opportunities find me because my light is now unmistakable. I decree that every resource that has been withheld by human bureaucracy or spiritual resistance is released. Today, by administrative order of the kingdom, my hands are fertile. My mind is a radar for solutions, and my heart is a sanctuary of peace. What was once delay is now acceleration. What was once debt is now capital for the kingdom. I do not walk in scarcity because I am a child of the owner of gold and silver. My search is over because I have found the source. It is done. It is sealed. It is operating now. As the words of this decree still resonate in the air, notice the change in your soul. Feel a warmth that begins at the base of your spine and rises to the crown of your head. It is the fire of purpose, burning away the remnants of fear. Feel your feet heavy, grounded, and firmly planted on the earth you are about to conquer. Imagine the sound of a heavy steel door closing behind you. It is the door to your past, your shortcomings, and your winters. Before you, there is only an expanse of clear light and fresh air. Your body knows the inner war is over. The code is no longer something external. It has been integrated into your cells. You no longer have to try to be provided for. You are provisional. You have received the signal. You've activated the code. But remember, a leader isn't formed in a single day, but through a series of strategic decisions. This video is a portal, but a complete map of your new reality requires you to stay on the right frequency. If this message has stirred something within you that the noise of the world couldn't silence, subscribe to this channel. Don't do it for the number. Do it to ensure your system receives the next command update. We present this gathering as a necessary dimension. See you on the next frequency.